Bolton versus Burnley, obviously a very significant game. Owen Coyle facing his former club. He's had a tough start, Owen Coyle, with the games against Arsenal, but I think they showed enough in both of those games to suggest that he might get them out of trouble, and I think that Brian Laws might struggle at Burnley, so I'm going for a home win, Bolton versus Burnley. Manchester United versus Hull, they haven't been convincing of late, United, but I can see nothing else other than a home win. Man United versus Hull, home win. Portsmouth versus West Ham, I mean, Portsmouth in desperate trouble off the pitch. They have shown a little bit of a fight on it, and West Ham, of course, now have new owners, but I don't think that will have much bearing on the outcome of this game. I think Portsmouth-West Ham will be a draw. Stoke versus Manchester City. City had their first real test in the league, which they failed at Everton. And I don't think the Mancini's squad is still quite good enough to actually challenge for the top honours. And I actually think Stoke might at least hold them there at the Britannia Stadium, where they are formidable. So I'm going for a draw in that game, Stoke-Man City. Spurs versus Fulham. Fulham have had a couple of injury problems, and the sort of momentum created by Roy Hodgson has just slowed a little bit recently. And I think Spurs will win that game. That's Spurs to beat Fulham at White Hart Lane. Wolves versus Liverpool. Liverpool at least got back on track a little bit with the results against Spurs, and I don't see Wolves causing them that many problems, and I think that will be a win for Liverpool at Molineux, away win. Aston Villa versus Arsenal. I mean, Villa really buoyed up by the Carling Cup triumph over Blackburn, now on the way to Wembley. And I just think that momentum, that sort of feel-good factor, might count in their favour, and I think they might cause what would be a little bit of an upset there. Aston Villa to beat Arsenal at Villa Park. Blackburn versus Wigan. These two sides have been struggling a bit really all season. I don't think there'll be much in this game, but I do think that Blackburn might just about have enough to squeeze a win out of that one. That's Blackburn to beat Wigan. Chelsea versus Birmingham. I watched Chelsea demolish Sunderland, albeit a very understrength Sunderland, and they're in great form at the moment, not missing their African players. I think Chelsea will win that game. That's Chelsea to beat Birmingham. And Everton versus Sunderland, they really have got the bit back between the teeth, Everton. Very unlucky not to win at the Emirates, and took care of Manchester City in front of a very passionate crowd. I expect the same passion, and I expect them to beat Sunderland at Goodison Park. So that's Everton to win that game.